welcome. You're with the news today, your primetime destination news, newsmakers, talking points. Wednesday night, it was the battle of the heavyweights in Parliament. Home Minister Amit Shah, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, who won round 2 of the vote of no confidence. We'll dissect both their speeches very closely. You're with the news today. The fierce face-off over Manipur coming up, the countdown to 2024. Let's tell you right at the top then where we stand. First with the 9 headlines at 9. Home Minister Amit Shah gives a detailed status report over Manipur violence on day 2 of the no trust debate, but refuses to accept central government accountability, backs Manipur Chief Minister Biren Singh, calls the no confidence motion politically motivated, targets the Congress. Rahul Gandhi takes on the Modi government in Parliament, says Bharat Mata was murdered in Manipur. Union Minister Smriti Irani fires back with a dynast and corrupt attack. Rahul Gandhi's alleged flying kiss in the House also triggers a row. BJP women MPs accuse him of indecent behavior. Congress rebuts, says Rahul Gandhi was only replying to BJP MPs mocking him. AAP MP Raghav Chadda faces a privilege motion. 4 MPs accuse him of proposing their name for the Delhi Services House panel without their consent. Rajya Sabha passes personal data protection bill after opposition walks out over Manipur issue. The law that protects personal information of citizens' dilutes the Right to Information Act. Kerala Assembly unanimously adopts resolution to rename the state. CM Pinarayi Vijayan urges centre to rename God's own country to Keralam in all languages. Chandrayaan-3 reaches even closer to the moon's surface after a successful maneuver. Next operation scheduled for 14th August. ICC formally announces changes to the ODI World Cup fixtures. India versus Pakistan clash now confirmed in Ahmedabad for October 14. Changes made to a total of 9 games. 41 migrants have died in a shipwreck of the Italian island of Lampedusa. The asylum seekers were killed while en route to Italy from Tunisia. But let's start with the big face-off that took place in Parliament. It was day 2 of the no confidence motion, and it was a battle of political heavyweights. Amit Shah, Union Home Minister, spoke for 2 hours defending the government on Manipur and targeting the opposition, whom he accused of having failed to handle the situation in the northeast in the past. Rahul Gandhi led the charge from the Congress, where he claimed that Bharat Mata had been murdered in Manipur. What really were the 2 sides battling about? Before we go into our face-off, where we'll be joined by special political guests, let's take a look at just what the 2 main speakers from either side had to say on day 2 of the no confidence motion in Parliament.
1993 में श्री पीवी नरसिम्हा राव जी प्रधानमंत्री थे, राजकुमार दोरेंद्र सिंह कांग्रेस के नेता मुख्यमंत्री थे और नागा कुकी संघर्ष हुआ। नागा कुकी भी नस्लीय हिंसा थी मंजूर और उस वक्त 750 लोग मारे गए, 200 लोग घायल हुए, 45,000 लोग शरणार्थी थे और 1.5 साल तक ये हिंसा अविरत रूप से चलती रही। अब ये कहते हैं प्रधानमंत्री जी क्यों नहीं बोले? भाई 700 लोग मारे गए थे, 200 लोग घायल हुए, 45,000 लोग शरणार्थी बने। आपको मालूम है जवाब किसने दिया? मान्यवर, इनको मालूम है जवाब किसने दिया? MOS राजेश पायलट ने। बाद में 2004 में मनमोहन सिंह जी थे, इबोबी सिंह जी थे। लगभग 1700 लोगों के एनकाउंटर हुए, 1700 लोग एक तरफा वर्दी से। ऐसा वहां मानते, मैं नहीं मानता, मैं तो व्यवस्था में विश्वास रखने वाला हूं। वहां लोग मानते वर्दी से की हुई नस्ली हिंसा। 1700 सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने संज्ञान लिया, ढेर सारी SITयां बनी, मगर किसने जवाब दिया? कोई नहीं, एक चर्चा नहीं, ना MOS ना मिनिस्टर। अब मुझे बताइए भाई, चिदम्बरम साहब थे और वहां राज्यसभा में मेरा हिसाब मांगते थे, मुझे बोलने नहीं देते। मैं आपके माध्यम से देश की जनता को कहना चाहता हूं, ये परिस्थिति जन्य नस्लीय हिंसा है, इसको राजनीति का मुद्दा नहीं बनाना चाहिए। और मान्यवर 3, 4, 5 मैं पूरे देश को बताना चाहता हूं, इस देश के प्रधानमंत्री ने रात को 4 बजे भी मुझे फोन किया है और दूसरे दिन 6:30 बजे मुझे फोन से उठाया भी इस देश के प्रधानमंत्री ने। और ये कह रहे हैं मोदी जी ध्यान नहीं रखते। हिंसा धीरे धीरे कम हो रही है, हम हिंसा में की आग में तेल डालने का काम न करें, हम तेल न डालें। तेल कैसे डाला जाता है मैं बताता हूं। श्री राहुल गांधी जी यहां से वहां मुलाकात करने, मैं बड़ा स्वागत करता हूं, संवेदना है, मणिपुर की चिंता है। गए एयरपोर्ट पर उतरे, उन्होंने कहा कि भाई हमें चूड़ाचांदपुर जाना है, ठीक है भाई, अगले दिन जाने वाले थे, पहले दिन कहा कोई बात नहीं, चाहिए आप जरूर जाना चाहिए। हमने कहा हेलीकॉप्टर से चले जाइए, कि नहीं मैं रोड से जाऊंगा, पुलिस ने रोकना पड़ा। फिर 3 घंटे तक ऑल इंडिया लाइव कराकर ये नाटक देश को दिखाया और फिर 4 बजे दूसरे दिन हेलीकॉप्टर से चले गए। भाई हेलीकॉप्टर से चले जाते तो क्या आपत्ति थी, हमने सुरक्षा की पूरी व्यवस्था की थी, परंतु इस प्रकार की काम करने के लिए वहां जाना, इसको पॉलिटिक्स कहते हैं गौरव जी। शर्मनाक वीडियो आया, मैं इसके बारे में भी कहना चाहता हूं। मान्यवर ये वीडियो 4 मई के दिन की दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण घटना है। दुनिया में किसी भी जगह पर, किसी भी स्थान पर किसी महिला के साथ, किसी युवा महिला के साथ इस तरह की घटना समाज के नाम पर धब्बा है। मान्यवर इसका कोई समर्थन नहीं कर सकता। 4 मई का वीडियो संसद सत्र के 1 दिन पहले ही क्यों आया? अगर किसी के पास वीडियो था तो वीडियो डीजीपी को देना चाहिए या नहीं देना चाहिए? मान्यवर किसी के पास वीडियो था तो पुलिस तंत्र को देना चाहिए या नहीं देना चाहिए? उसको सार्वजनिक करना चाहिए क्या? वो महिला के सम्मान की तो सोचो। किसी के पास भी था, अगर उसने डीजीपी को दे दिया होता तो 5 तारीख को ही पकड़ गए होते, क्योंकि जिस दिन वीडियो दिया उसी दिन वीडियो की कॉपी पर से हमने फेस आइडेंटिफिकेशन सॉफ्टवेयर का उपयोग करते हुए सरकारों के डेटा के साथ मिलान करते हुए 9 के 9 लोगों को अरेस्ट कर दिया और वो आज ट्रायल फेस कर रहे हैं जेल में।
भारत एक आवाज है, भारत हमारी जनता की आवाज है, दिल की आवाज है। उस आवाज की हत्या आपने मणिपुर में की, इसका मतलब भारत माता की हत्या आपने मणिपुर में की। भारत माता को आपने मणिपुर के लोगों के मारा, आपने मणिपुर के लोगों को मारकर भारत की हत्या की है। आप देश द्रोही हो, आप देशभक्त नहीं हो, आप देश प्रेमी नहीं हो, आप देशद्रोही हो। आपने देश की हत्या मणिपुर में की।
प्लीज प्लीज एक मिनट, प्लीज प्लीज बैठे, प्लीज बैठना चाहते हैं।
इसीलिए आपके प्रधानमंत्री मणिपुर में नहीं जा सकते हैं, क्योंकि उन्होंने
प्लीज
देश की हत्या की है। मणिपुर में हिंदुस्तान की हत्या की है, भारत माता की हत्या की है। मणिपुर में, मणिपुर के लोगों के दिल में अपनी मां की हत्या की बात कर रहा हूं। मैं मणिपुर में अपनी मां की हत्या की बात कर रहा हूं। मैं आदर से बोल रहा हूं। आपने मेरी मां की हत्या की मणिपुर में। एक मेरी मां यहां बैठी है, दूसरी मां को आपने मणिपुर में मारा है। और हर रोज जब तक आप हिंसा को बंद नहीं करोगे, तब तक आप मेरी मां की हत्या कर रहे हो। हिंदुस्तान की सेना मणिपुर में एक दिन में शांति ला सकती है। हिंदुस्तान की सेना का आप प्रयोग नहीं कर रहे हो, क्योंकि आप हिंदुस्तान को मणिपुर में मारना चाहते हो। तो अगर नरेंद्र मोदी जी हिंदुस्तान की आवाज नहीं सुनते हैं, अगर हिंदुस्तान के दिल की आवाज नहीं सुनते हैं, तो किसकी आवाज सुनते हैं? दो लोगों की आवाज सुनते हैं। रावण दो लोगों की सुनता था, रावण दो लोगों की सुनता था, मेघनाथ और कुंभकर्ण। वैसे ही नरेंद्र मोदी दो लोगों की सुनते हैं, अमित शाह और अडानी। भाई और बहनों, लंका को हनुमान ने नहीं जलाया था, लंका को रावण के अहंकार ने जलाया था।
प्लीज माननीय सदस्य, आप संयमित बोले। आप ये सदन है, आप तरीके से बोलिए। माननीय सदस्य,
रावण को नहीं मारा था, रावण के अहंकार ने रावण को मारा था। आप पूरे देश में केरोसिन फेंक रहे हो, पूरे देश में आप केरोसिन फेंक रहे हो। आपने मणिपुर में केरोसिन फेंकी और फिर चिंगारी लगा दी। अब आप हरियाणा में कर रहे हो, पूरे देश को आप जलाने में लगे हो। आप पूरे देश में भारत माता की हत्या कर रहे हो।
Strong, angry words from Rahul Gandhi, factual, hard-hitting response from Amit Shah. Who's won the round, Amit Shah or Rahul Gandhi? Who won round two? That's the second day of the no-confidence motion. Was this a knockout punch from the Congress, as they hoped, or another opportunity lost? That's the questions we're going to raise. Joining us first on our face-off are Shehzad Poonawalla, the BJP's evergreen spokesperson, and Jyoti Mani Senimalai, the Congress MP. Appreciate your joining us, Jyoti Mani. Let's get this straight. Jyoti Mani, there is a belief that Rahul Gandhi was extremely angry today, used even an analogy likening the Prime Minister to Ravan, saying Bharat Mata has been divided. Was it sound and fury more than facts? What was Rahul Gandhi, in your view, trying to convey, and why do you think he won this round?
Every word he has spoken in the parliament has fact and truth. He himself went to Manipur and have seen what happening over there. Rajdeep, it's reflecting my...
Okay, we'll have it. If you can...
Rajdeep, there is some issue with the audio, it's reflecting.
We'll try and work out on your audio, but can you hear me now? Go on.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Please go ahead now.
Yeah. So he has seen in his he has seen what happened in Manipur in front of his eyes. I also went with him. People cried to him. People hugged him. He has seen the pain in his heart. Today he explained in the parliament that how a mother whose son in front of her eyes been shot dead, the unfortunate mother has to spend a whole night with the dead body of the son. You just think about the pain of that mother. You don't need to be a political leader, you don't need to be a prime minister or home minister or chief minister to realize this pain. But this government, Narendra Modi's government and Biren Singh government in Manipur, they are not ready to listen to the pain of the people. That is the main problem. Second thing, as Rahulji rightly said, this government would have been heartful. This government would have been seriously cared about the people of this Manipur, people of this India. They could have stopped the violence in no time, but they don't want to respond to it because, as Rahulji rightly said, they throw kerosene across Manipur, and now they are doing it in Haryana. They will do across India. That's what Rahulji cares about it. See, Rahulji is not angry. He is agonized when he spoke in the parliament. When a state is born, a prime minister of this country do not want to utter a single word on Manipur. Can't he appeal for a peace? Can't he give an assurance as the prime minister of this country? I am in charge of this state. I will take care of you. Please, I appeal for a peace. Trust me. Why can't he say this? That's what opposition, the India bloc, is asking in the parliament, that please come to the parliament and appeal through the forum of the parliament and assure the people of Manipur he will bring peace. You see that video has been gone viral. How women been stripped naked and paraded and gang raped. And Prime Minister involved in a water boundary. It's not about which state, what happening to one. Wherever it happening to one is wrong. Rahul Gandhi put forward all the facts in the parliament. He is not angry. He is agonized. That's the fact. But what Home Minister Amit Shah's reply to Rahul Gandhi question is not fact. It's not substance. It's all bloody lies.
All bloody lies, you're saying, and you're saying Rahul Gandhi was agonized, not angry. Shehzad Poonawalla, respond to what you're hearing, because Amit Shah gave a factual response from a central point of view but refused to accept accountability. No accountability for Biren Singh's failing and no accountability for Home Minister's failings. It was factual, but it was also shirking responsibility, and some would say not showing enough empathy. People have died, more than 150 have died. Where was the empathy? So if Rahul Gandhi was missing in terms of hard facts, Amit Shah perhaps was missing in terms of accountability and empathy. Your response?
Rajdeep, I heard the Honorable MP and you, and I did not utter a single word. So I hope in my opening statement, I'm given 1 minute to make my opening statement. I can understand the pain that Rahul's 13th attempt at the relaunch has now been excruciatingly difficult for his lieutenant's nannies to watch. And therefore, I have certain questions to ask factually. You're talking about pain and empathy. Rajdeep, you were an important reporter. 1993, 200 people died. Not a single visit by the HM. A statement was laid by the MOS. Where was the bloody empathy? 1997, 352 dead, 13,000 displaced from June 97 to September 98. That's how long the Manipur violence went on. Where was the bloody empathy and the pain? 2011, 123 days, Bandh continued, Supreme Court had to intervene, longest blockade, petrol was sold at 2,000 rupees a litre. Where was the bloody empathy by the Congress party? This is not whataboutery. This is showing a fact and a mirror of accountability what has happened in the last 9 years. Yes.
It is whataboutery.
Rajdeep,
this is about 2023.
I did not interrupt anybody.
Please go ahead.
Thank you. In the last 9 years, compared to the 9 years before, 772 deaths, today 150 deaths, and those deaths have taken place after the High Court order came. Before that, 2022, here's the India Today report, the deaths had come down to 2 civilian deaths. This is not whataboutery, these are facts. Face them. After that, between 2004 to 13, 4,763 incidents. Today, 1,600 insurgency incidents. The Northeast has seen 81% drop in civilian deaths. The Bruriang Accord, Assam-Bodo Accord, Assam-Meghalaya dispute has been solved. A whole range of accords like Karbi Anglong, which were pending from 70 years, 60 years, have been signed. Yes, this Manipur incident has happened. But Rajdeep, I want to ask you a question today. Rajdeep, you put out 2 tweets today. First, you said, after the honorable MPs raised an issue about the flying kiss in Parliament, that what a disgrace in a sense that parliamentary debates should be known for content and not for delivery, and not for content and delivery, not for theatrics. That's what you said, right? But then in the next tweet that you said, simple question, why is it that Sunset TV kept cutting away from the speaker to the speaker when Rahul Gandhi had a punchline and focused on the chair instead? Was Rahul Gandhi there to deliver punchlines? You yourself have tweeted that Rahul Gandhi was giving punchline after punchline while the cameras not focused on him. You contradicted yourself. Is it a platform for theatrics or is it a platform for content?
No, the flying kiss controversy, according to me, is pure diversion. It has nothing to do with the substance of debate. First of all, let's be very clear. No one has seen that flying kiss, so I'm not going to. I asked you a question about accountability and empathy. You have not responded to that, Shehzad Poonawalla. By citing what has happened when the Congress was in power, this government cannot avert its accountability. Amit Shah is the Home Minister, Biren Singh is the Chief Minister. Why was the Home Minister today defending the Chief Minister?
Now, Rajdeep,
Why was he defending the Chief Minister?
Thank you, Rajdeep. And I hope 30 seconds you won't interrupt me. You asked me questions about the accountability of Biren Singh. Mr. Amit Shah got up in Parliament and answered about all of those questions. But I want to ask you, Rajdeep, can you tell me how many resignations you demanded in 97 or 1993 or in 2011? Please tell me. Did you demand the resignation of the Chief Minister Okrame Bovi Singh in 2011?
Mr.
Achha, no, Rajdeep, do not interrupt. Rajdeep, I am continuing. You just said that I do not want theatrics, I want content in debates.
Yes.
I agree with you. Flying kiss should not be a controversy. Fair enough. Somebody's felt aggrieved. If you do a flying kiss on the streets, you will be booked. So somebody has taken that action. But tell me, how is it that when you tweet that why did the TV keep cutting away to the speaker when Rahul Gandhi had a punchline? Was Rahul Gandhi there for dialogue delivery or to raise an issue of importance? And if he was there to raise an issue of importance, why hasn't he quoted what his own government did? He said, for instance, you have the army. In 3 days, you can stop this. In 2011, why didn't they stop it in 3 days? Why is it that Rahul Gandhi doesn't come out and tell us now? Let me complete.
No, your time is up. No, Jyoti Mani must respond. I want equal time.
Can I ask Jyoti Mani one question?
Yeah, very quickly.
Today it was a no-confidence motion. The entire issues, you said all issues could be discussed under the sun. In the morning you said this?
Yes.
Jyoti Mani, please tell me the statement you made on the Bhilwara tragedy where a woman was gang raped and put into the bhatti. Or tell me, when your chief minister comes out and defends and says that rape cases are mostly fake, or Shanti Dhaliwal says that it's a Mardo ka Pradesh, it can happen. Malda, 2 women were stripped, they were Adivasi women, Mamta Banerjee called it fake, and Shashi Panja said, kitna kapda nikla. If you are on the issue of women, then where is your outrage on this?
Okay.
Please tell us, Jyoti Mani.
Jyoti Mani, you're being accused of selective outrage. Go ahead.
Rajdeep, give me equal time.
Yes, yes.
See, Northeast is always a very sensitive and complex part of India. In the past, Congress party has made so much effort, even sacrificing our party's own interest in places like Mizoram, be able to bring a peace in Northeast. Never in the past, the government of the day, either in the union government or in the state government, we never accused a part of the conspiracy. None other than BJP MLAs in Manipur accusing Mr. Biden, accusing the state government and its machinery be part of this complete ravage. And they are accusing the Prime Minister not meeting the BJP MLAs themselves, and he is not responding to the pain of the people. None other than BJP MLA says this. Nowhere in the past, either the state government or the union government has accused. Never the Prime Minister of the day, Congress Prime Ministers, never refused to speak on Manipur. They have empathetic, they have ready to speak in the parliament. They never took sides. They always tried their best to bring the peace and
But ma'am, what you cannot also disagree that over the last 9 years there has been relative peace in the Northeast. You cannot deny that, and there have been many more visits by the Prime Minister and senior ministers to the Northeast. So Manipur, yes, terrible that it is. Are we saying that the Modi government deliberately did it in some way? When Rahul Gandhi says inka kaam hai kerosene dalna, is he saying that the burning has taken place of Bharat Mata by the BJP? That the BJP itself is responsible for it? Amit Shah says it's a court verdict.
I'll like to correct you. There is Assam and Meghalaya, there is a border dispute. It was bond. You should not forget about that. Meghalaya police and Assam police fought each other despite being a BJP government in Assam and BJP in alliance government in Manipur. That's the stories, and everything is right is not correct. Secondly, Rahulji rightly accused the Narendra Modi government, because the government of the day is witnessing this pain and the agony of the people. It's completely burned. Why Rahul Gandhi wanted to go by the road is actually the both sides of the roads were burned, houses were burned, vehicle was burned, people were burned, people were beheaded. Can you see anywhere in the government, both the communities have lost faith in the Mr. Biden? Why the government of the day? Why the Prime Minister? Why the Home Minister? Home Minister is shamelessly in the floor of the parliament defending Biden, and they are unable to sack him, because both the community, entire Manipur, irrespective of community, lost hope in the Biden's government, because Biden is accused of part of the conspiracy, because of Biden's inability, because of Biden's silence, because of Biden's words against communities.
So
when the situation
you're saying the Home Minister
actually creating the more violence.
You're saying the Home Minister
silence agree with Biden. That's not our charge.
Okay, you're saying the Home Minister has been complicit because he has failed to act against Biren Singh, the Chief Minister. Now, I asked you accountability and empathy. I did a story 2 weeks ago on a Manipur. Just a minute, ma'am. 1 minute, ma'am. I did a story 2 weeks ago on a Manipur MLA who today is grievously injured, a Kuki MLA. He's recovering, virtually paralyzed in Delhi. No BJP minister, senior minister, whether Amit Shah or Prime Minister Modi, has gone to see him. That comes to empathy. Accountability. Who's going to be sacked? Are you telling me, Shehzad Poonawalla, that Manipur will go through this entire terrible 2 months with no political accountability? Is the executive not accountable? The two questions that where Mr. Shah may have failed are empathy and accountability, just as the Congress may have to answer for what they did when they were in power. Your response.
After Jyoti speaks, you make a 1.5 minute question, and then you interrupt me in 30 seconds. Don't interrupt me in 30 seconds. I'll answer both of you.
Please
no
answer.
problem. But don't interrupt me for 45 seconds. I request you. You said you did a story on the BJP MLA, right? Did you do a story on this Congress MLA who said that last 3 years no rape case has been filed against a sitting minister's son?
You're looking at Divya Maderna's story. You're looking
Yes
at
or no?
Rajasthan.
I
Every
don't
time I
intervene in
ask
my
you,
time.
why is it that every time I ask you about Manipur, you speak about Rajasthan?
You will let me answer.
Okay, I want you to answer
45
this.
seconds you promised me.
Why do you?
She
Why are
spoke
you
for 3
comparing
minutes.
one rape with another?
Viewers should note she spoke for 3 minutes. Rajdeep's question was for 1.5 minutes. I'm interrupted in 20 seconds.
Okay, go ahead.
Viewers do note.
Okay,
and do tweet about it also.
Okay, please.
May I continue?
Yes.
Jyotimani just now said Northeast is complex. That means it has a history of 50-60 years. She said we have never blamed anybody, the Prime Minister, etc. Rahul Gandhi, 20th July. Ideology of RSS, BJP has set Manipur on fire. So where was the RSS in 1950 when this issue was happening? Where was the RSS BJP in 1960 when this issue was happening? And if you had all the solutions, Rahul Gandhi has all the solutions to all the problems his family has created, why didn't he just solve this? You had one Chhatra rule in Northeast and in the center for decades, Jyotimani. Why didn't you do it? You should have solved it. If we were so incompetent, you would have solved all the problems, given all the infrastructure and development to the Northeast, connected it to the mainstream. You would never have had the BJP come in. Now, Rajiv Bashi interrupting.
Finish. Go ahead.
Yeah. You know, now sack Biren Singh. All right, let's sack Biren Singh. I will completely agree with you. But ma'am, Jyotimani ji, and I'm not asking this of Rajdeep. In 1993, when 200 deaths took place and you had central and state government, whom did you sack? Forget sacking. Did the PM make a statement in the House? Forget PM. Did the HM go to the state? 2011, 123 days. Whom did you sack? In 1997, 352 dead, 13,000 displaced. June 97 to September 1998. This goes on, the violence. Who did you sack? Statement in the House. Did the PM speak, Jyotimani? It was IK Gujral, UF government supported by him. Did you speak? Did the Congress party issue a statement? Don't sit here and lecture us. And Rajdeep,
so can I ask you this? Is the principal argument that you're making that the Congress cannot take the moral high ground on Manipur because of its own track record of not acting against its chief ministers when it has been in power in the Northeast? Is that the broad argument you're making? Am I correct?
No. What the broad argument I'm making is, Rajdeep, that the Home Minister has ensured that the DGP Chief Secretary is changed, Security Advisor is sent, he is the chair of the Unified Command. In the last few days, we have seen 1,100 FIRs, 14,000 arrested, people have got all their compensations, deliveries are being ensured to ensure that the essentials are not blocked in any way. I want to know from the Congress party, since they have run governments, not Rajdeep Sardesai, what locus standi do they have to even ask this question today? And madam, if women are important, then answer two questions. For the last 10 days, you did not allow Parliament to function because you said PM should speak, then Manipur should, on Manipur, and then everything else should happen. Why did you make a change for it in Delhi Services Bill? What was so important? Delhi Services, that you said, no, for Delhi Services, hum shanti se baith jayenge, now let it go on. But Manipur pe pehle PM bola, 9 days you interrupted Parliament. And please tell me, madam, if Manipur is so important and women are so important, then what is the statement you made on Rajendra Guda raising in the assembly that Rajasthan has become most unsafe for women?
Okay.
You sacked him
your time is up. She must now answer. You know, the constant question being asked from the BJP is A, the Congress's own track record when they were in power in Manipur, and B, that when it comes to rapes that take place, according to the BJP, in Congress ruled states, Rajasthan is being given as the example. Where is Jyotimani? Where is that anger? Where is the outrage? That's what is their constant line.
Rajdeep, I already answered the one part of the question. When Congress party was in power, never the Congress chief minister in the state, nor the Prime Minister in the union government, never accused of siding with anybody, never accused of part of the violence. So that is the difference. That is why then opposition parties never demanded any statement from the Prime Minister. And also never in the history of Indian independence, not a single Prime Minister has afraid to come to Parliament and hiding away from the Parliament, and opposition in a position to move a no confidence motion just to get the Prime Minister to the Parliament to speak on Manipur. So it's never happened.
What about the second part? Why aren't you raising your voice on Congress ruled states when there are atrocities against women?
See, we are raising the voice, whether it's a woman or not a woman, wherever the atrocities, sexual violence, rape happened against women, we as a citizens, we as a human being has to raise our voice. We are continuously raising our voice. Rajasthan government within 3 days act against the rapist who's been allegedly have a APVP, BJP's youth wing link. Which the Rajasthan government has acted immediately, unlike the Bahrain government, unlike the union government who shamelessly support the Bahrain government in Manipur. Till the video has come, it became a viral, it's broke everybody's heart, not only in India, across the world. Supreme Court came down heavily on them, then only they have filed an FIR. What they have done, there is a huge difference. Sexual violence against women is happening. We do not want to politicize whether it is a Manipur, whether it is a Rajasthan, whether it is a Madhya Pradesh. This is beyond political parties. But I would like to quote Supreme Court, especially what Honorable CJI has said. The women bodies cannot be a platform to perpetrate violence. That's what's happening in Manipur.
Okay.
You cannot separate the rape and the humiliation and the sexual violence Manipur woman goes through and the violence happening in Manipur. You cannot differentiate. The silence of the Prime Minister, the silence of the Home Minister, silent. And the accusation made against the Bahrain, who is part of this violence, is something is really heartbreaking, really painful.
Okay,
that is why Rahul Gandhi ji today said in the Parliament, you throwing kerosene on Manipur, you kill the Bharat Mata, you kill the India. That's what we concern more about.
Okay, so he, just as we've heard the base of your, the nub of the Congress's argument is the BJP is running away from accountability. The Prime Minister has to be forced to come to speak in Parliament as a result of a no confidence motion. The Home Minister, according to them, hasn't made enough effort to ensure accountability, particularly of the Chief Minister. They believe Biren Singh should have been sacked weeks ago. His non-sacking means the Kuki-Meitei divide remains, and that's why, according to Rahul Gandhi, Bharat Mata has been divided. You have split the Kukis and the Meiteis in a manner that, according to the Congress, has never happened before. Your final word, Bharat Mata, according to Rahul Gandhi, has been murdered. The Prime Minister has been likened to Ravan, where he says he has only two friends, Amit Shah and Adani. Your final word.
Thank you. First of all, I don't understand that not once did you interrupt, like you keep interrupting me, when she has the gall to say after 93, 97, 2011, that no, during our situation, nobody demanded the Prime Minister or any accountability from anybody, and therefore we never even laid a statement on the 1997 issue. Not once did you interject her.
No, she said, one minute.
Again you interjected me.
What
do you have to interject
do not
me
misinform
after
what
3 minutes of her and 1 minute of you?
She said the Chief Minister did not play partisan politics. Your response. She says she did not.
How many seconds before you interrupt me?
Ma'am, just
how
a
many
minute.
seconds before you interrupt me?
I'm giving you 1
How many seconds
I'm
before
giving you 1 minute uninterrupted. Go ahead.
Thank you. It's great. 93 people die, 97 people die, 2011 people die. Nobody in the media asked them questions. She said nobody demanded accountability because we are doing a fantastic job. Therefore, it kept happening again. And Rajdeep asks me, but does not ask her, that, madam, is this the stand you're taking? Please, Jyotimani, I have not spoken in front between you. Secondly, revenge rape was used as it now.
Ma'am, just a minute. Ma'am, just a minute. I asked you a question.
Again, you have interrupted
no,
after
because you're
taking
not
her
answering
cue.
my question.
I will answer in the
I
time
asked
I
you a
have.
question.
You have to be patient like you're patient with her.
I asked you a question and I will ask you for the last time before we end.
Rajdeep,
according to the opposition, the Prime Minister
you will get
has
the
not
answer
been
at the end
accountable.
of 1 minute.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Thank you. You'll get the answer at the end of 1 minute.
You must finish your time because I have to move on.
Yes, you didn't have to move on when you were giving her a luxurious amount of time.
Go ahead.
Rajdeep, she has the gall to say that in 2021, when revenge rape was used against 21 women and the High Court of West Bengal and the Supreme Court took cognizance against the rapes that took place, at that time women were dehumanized and those affidavits are in court, the cases are on. Not one line was said by Rahul Gandhi on this. And she's saying you've stood up for all these issues, then why haven't you stood up on what Divya Maderna said? This is an issue where a Dalit woman was raped in front of her husband. The police tried to suppress the case. Here is the... Because Rajdeep may have not done a story on this, but it had happened. Here is where women were stripped in Barmaid once again just a few days ago. This is a story where the Chief Minister says 50% rape cases are fake. What is the stand that ladki hu lad sakti hu wali Priyanka Vada took?
You have 30 seconds to answer my question.
I am answering.
The Prime Minister's
I know how many
silence.
seconds it takes to answer your question.
You've got 30 seconds.
Dhariwal says...
Your time starts now.
Shanti Dhariwal says...
30 seconds, your time starts now.
Shanti Dhariwal
says... The Congress's principal argument is the Prime Minister has not been made accountable for Manipur. He has not spoken out on on it, and the Home Minister not making the Chief Minister accountable? Quick answer.
Shanti Dhariwal says मर्दों का प्रदेश है, बलात्कार होता रहेगा. What accountability did you ask of the Congress? And here is when two women were stripped.
20 seconds left. 20 seconds left.
I understand
the
your
principal argument of the opposition is not being answered by you.
People are watching tonight.
I am asking
Rajdeep,
you.
People are watching tonight.
You're not
but when
answering.
I will answer your question, but I will not be interrupted and heckled by you.
No, you've got 20 seconds.
Yes, I will answer. The time I'm trying to show the Congress a mirror, she took a moral high ground. You did not interrupt her once. I am showing her a mirror. You interrupt me 5 times. Now coming to your question, Rajdeep Sardesai, if you are demanding accountability of the Chief Minister, please tell me, will you have the same standard for Mamta Banerjee and for Ashok Gehlot? Or you have a special standard only for BJP CMs? Here is a minister who said, kitna kapda nikla. Here is a Mamta Banerjee who said that the stripping of those Adivasi women have not taken place. She called Park Street rape case fake.
Okay.
She called the rape case in Nadiad fake. Rajdeep Sardesai, when she called Nadiad rape case fake and said it was a love affair gone by, please tell me, did you demand resignation? Or did you demand resignation when Ashok Gehlot said 50% rape cases are fake? Please tell me.
I think.
Has Biren Singh made such a statement? Has Biren Singh made such a statement?
Okay, so you are saying Biren Singh is not accountable. That's the view of the BJP. It is unfair to hold him accountable. The same standard must be held, he says, for Ashok Gehlot, Mamta Banerjee and others. That's the answer that the BJP is given. We've heard the Congress's also answer, saying that they believe that the government of the day has not been accountable. Who won the debate? You decide, Shehzad or Jyoti Mani. Let's turn from there to the other big face-off that took place in Parliament between Smriti Irani and Rahul Gandhi. Listen into that, and then we'll tell you from our analysts what really happened. Take a look.
हमारी जनता की आवाज है, दिल की आवाज है. उस आवाज की हत्या आपने मणिपुर में की. इसका मतलब भारत माता की हत्या आपने मणिपुर में की. मारा आपने मणिपुर के लोगों को मारकर भारत की हत्या की है. आप देशद्रोही हो, आप देशभक्त नहीं हो, आप देश प्रेमी नहीं हो, आप देशद्रोही हो. आपने देश की हत्या मणिपुर में की.
कांग्रेस पार्टी के एक नेता ने कश्मीर में रेफरेंडम की बात की. अगर हिम्मत है गांधी खानदान में, तो इस सदन में और इस देश को बताए कि कश्मीर को देश से हटाने की साजिश में कांग्रेस के उस नेता का वक्तव्य क्यों है. यू आर नॉट इंडिया बिकॉज यू डिफाइन करप्शन इन इंडिया. You are not India because you define incompetence. You are not India.
रावण 2 लोगों की सुनता था. रावण 2 लोगों की सुनता था, मेघनाथ और कुंभकर्ण. वैसे ही नरेंद्र मोदी 2 लोगों की सुनते हैं, अमित शाह और अडानी. भाई और बहनों, लंका को हनुमान ने नहीं जलाया था, लंका को रावण के अहंकार ने जलाया था.
प्लीज माननीय सदस्य, आप संयमित बोले. आप ये सदन है, आप तरीके से बोलिए. माननीय
राम ने रावण को नहीं मारा था, रावण के अहंकार ने रावण को मारा था. आप पूरे देश में केरोसिन फेंक रहे हो, पूरे देश में आप केरोसिन फेंक रहे हो. आपने मणिपुर में केरोसिन फेंकी और फिर चिंगारी लगा दी. अब आप हरियाणा में कर रहे हो. पूरे देश को आप जलाने में लगे हो. आप पूरे देश में भारत माता की हत्या कर रहे हो.
मणिपुर पे चर्चा करने के लिए बार बार पार्लियामेंट्री अफेयर्स मंत्री ने गुहार लगाई. बार बार देश के गृह मंत्री ने कहा. हमारे श्रद्धेय राजनाथ जी ने भी कहा कि आप मणिपुर पे सदन पर चर्चा कीजिए. हम चर्चा के लिए तैयार हैं. भागे ये, हम नहीं. भागे ये और हम नहीं. और भागने के पीछे कारण क्या? क्योंकि गृह मंत्री जब बोलने लगेंगे, परतें जब खुलने लगेंगी, तब ये मौन साध लेंगे. मौन मुद्रा का उल्लेख हुआ था. मौन थे ये लोग कई चीजों पर और आज भी हैं।
So how is this face-off in Parliament being seen by political observers? Joining me now are Shugato Srinivas Raju, author Strange Burdens, The Politics and Predicaments of Rahul Gandhi, a new book. Rajat Sethi, political commentator who's also worked closely with Biren Singh. Rahul Verma, fellow Center for Policy Research, is also with us. Let me come to each of you to give us what you think this debate has all been about. Do you believe, Shugato, that this debate was about Rahul Gandhi being relaunched in a way by the Congress, making him the mascot of the opposition? And to that extent, was this a missed opportunity, or has the Congress party succeeded?
Thank you, Rajdeep. I thought it would be a great relaunch for Rahul Gandhi, but I think I was mildly disappointed. And I also have an eerie feeling that he may have blown it up. See, the structure of his speeches, you just played the clips from what happened this morning. The structure of his speeches have not changed since 2004 at all. So he tries to mix the personal and the political in a very strange way, and that does not seem to work. And if you, listen to what he spoke today, for the first 19 minutes, he was speaking about his lessons of self-transformation and self-awareness. And I think there was a certain kind of exigency there in the Lok Sabha today when he was speaking. And he was not addressing that. He was speaking about how his arrogance was tamed. And he was doing a lot of self-analysis. All of that is good. The fact that he looks into himself quite diligently is very good. But then the question that remains is that political and does that sort of counter the BJP effectively? So, I have my doubts.
So you think it's a
that.
Lost opportunity? In your view, it's a lost opportunity?
Yes, I thought it's a lost opportunity. He should have been a little more structured, a little more prepared. And, he has to, when he's speaking in the parliament, he cannot be, speaking like he is addressing a bunch of youngsters in a college, auditorium.
Right.
There is a certain kind of context there, and you don't take 19 minutes to come to the subject.
In a way, Rahul Verma, that's a criticism many of us have made through the day, that Rahul Gandhi's speech seemed to lack gravitas. That there's a sense that Rahul Gandhi could have used this opportunity to target the government point by point on a variety of issues. He went into his personal journey over Bharat Jodo Yatra for the first 20 minutes. This is a no-confidence motion. This wasn't about Rahul Gandhi's personal journey. This should have been about his critique of the Modi government. Do you also agree this was a lost opportunity?
Yes, and I agree with Sugata's point on that he spent too much time on lessons of his transformation rather than critiquing the government. And I think even his critique and the snippets you played, it seems he was a bit agitated in his speech. And I can understand his agitation. But when you are in the parliament, I think he should have been much more prepared. He should have data with him to back some of his claims. He should have been, using some of the things that government did or not did during the Manipur crisis. And so there should have been a structure to his debate. He should have raised that I have 10 questions for the government, and I hope either the Home Minister or the Prime Minister would reply to my 10 questions. So he should have been much more pointed in his speech. Second, I think he, in his hyperbole of comparing Modi to Raman, and then basically saying, "Aap desh drohi ho, aapne Bharat Mata ki hatya ki hai." I can understand some of the emotional outbursts, but my fear is that many of these things will boomerang. Some of it boomerang today, when Smriti Irani and Amit Shah spoke, and when Prime Minister will speak tomorrow, he will not have the time limitation as Prime Minister is replying to a motion of no confidence. And you will see that PM will basically pick and choose what he wants to speak. And this is where I don't understand what is, Congress party or or the opposition's obsession to basically ask that we only want to listen to the Prime Minister on this question. I can understand from a political viewpoint that you need to hold the leader of the country accountable on questions. but you can't force him to speak what you want him to speak.
Okay.
He will tomorrow choose the topics that he wants to speak. And that may be a serious tactical blunder that the opposition has committed.
But is there, Rajat Sethi, also a sense that Rahul Gandhi may be unstructured, but in his own small way seems to get under the skin of the BJP? You see, whether he uses this Bharat Mata being divided, whether he uses the Ravan analogy, somewhere Rahul Gandhi gets under the skin of the BJP like no other leader gets. To that extent, would you agree that he managed to do that today, or do you also agree with the other two guests that it was a totally missed opportunity, that the BJP has nothing to worry about?
See, Rajdeep, there has to be a continuity of emotions. When you have such an emotional, downpour inside the parliament, at least carry that emotion when you're walking out after your speech. Look at what he did. He was saying that my mother has died. He referred to Mother India and said ki Bharat maa mar gayi Manipur mein. And 2 minutes after that, he's giving thumbs up to his fellow congressmen sitting besides him, everybody patting his back as if it was a debating competition, and he has just, scored some brownie points in the debating competition, and he just stormed out of the house. He did not even have the patience to, to basically carry that emotions that he wanted to, to exude in that parliament and try and say that he's very, very serious about it. He had no serious suggestion as a responsible parliamentarian. He could have used this opportunity to recast himself and said that, okay, I have been to Manipur, I bring 5 suggestions to the table. Does the BJP have the guts to accept those 5 suggestions? He had not done his homework. Perhaps he wasn't even thinking that he's going to get a chance to speak in the parliament this session. Perhaps his lack of preparations means that. And this could have been an opportunity to recast himself. Look at what he was saying and what Gaurav Gogoi and all were saying. 2 Manipurs have been created. I mean, had he done a little bit of research, he would have realized that it was his grandmother who introduced Article 371 ABC. That was where the Hill Area Committee, a state within a state, was created by the Constitution itself. Right. There are so many structural issues which he could have said that, okay, are we looking at removing Article 371? Is something where he could have presented before the public, before the 2024 election, that I am here to mean business. I am here to solve some of the India's complex problems, and I have the roadmap. Remember, in 2013, it was Prime Minister who used to come out, the then Chief Minister of Gujarat used to come out with solutions to every problems. Having a constructive position is what is the need of the hour. And that is where the void carries on 10 years hence.
Okay, that's interesting the way you put it, because, Shogato, you've analyzed Rahul Gandhi's career now over 20 years. Is that part of the problem? That Rahul Gandhi is unable to provide that gravitas of providing a roadmap, or providing constructive solutions to these complex issues, rather than seeing them in black and white and looking for the enemy, usually the BJP, the RSS. Maybe if he provided those solutions and those solutions were seen as very different from what the government is doing, he might, attract non-Congress voters. Has Rahul Gandhi been unable to do that, attract voters outside his echo chambers?
Rajdeep, the biggest problem with Rahul Gandhi or the Congress strategy since 2014 or even earlier has been that they don't have a cultural argument, and the BJP is all the time making a cultural argument. So they are fighting the BJP's cannons with bows and arrows. That is the kind of, that may not be the right analogy, but that's what says it all, And the other thing is, see, today he was mixing mythology there, culturally how he gets it wrong, which gets played out by which sort of is picked up by the BJP and played out in the corners of India in a very different way. And it also sort of chases away some of his allies. See, this whole Ravan issue that he picked, the South looks at Ravan very, very differently. His own DMK allies look at Ravan very, very differently. But he made Ravan completely a black character. And Ravan is not a black character when you go down south. So these are, he sort of, uses mythology also in a very faulty manner. And that is because he does not seem to have a cultural argument or a cultural nuance to blend with his political arguments. See, he's all the time making constitutional statements without realizing that the BJP is putting forward a civilizational argument and a cultural argument. And that has been his major problem. See, from 2004 on, he has, I told you earlier that the structure of his speeches have not changed. So you can say he has either learned nothing or he is very, very consistent.
Rahul Verma, how does this play out politically, given, the fact that this was probably the last big debate we are going to see in Parliament before the 2024 election? The Prime Minister, of course, will speak tomorrow. Does this, in a way, reveal the limitations of the opposition that still continues, many of them, all their eggs in Rahul Gandhi's basket, that Rahul Gandhi may actually be much better when he's outside Parliament talking to common citizens? Then he comes across as more human. Should the Congress focus on that side of Rahul Gandhi instead of making this a battle constantly, Rahul versus Modi or Rahul versus Amit Shah, as it became today?
Absolutely, Rajdeep, I completely agree with you. I think Rahul Gandhi and Congress party has to take a decision and define the role of Rahul Gandhi in the run-up to 2024. Is Rahul Gandhi going to be the chief ideologue of the party? Is he going to be the main mobilizer of the party? Or is he going to involve himself in the everyday affairs of the Congress party and do organizational nitty-gritty work? I think on the third question, the everyday nitty-gritties and organizational work, he has not been able to do well, right? And there has been accusation even by his own colleagues. Remember the G23 letter, that he's inaccessible. There are charges of him being, entitled. Where Rahul Gandhi has shown a bit of grit and determination is in the area of mass mobilization, especially in last 1 year. I think during the Bharat Jodo Yatra, he seemed much more consistent in what he was saying. Of course, there are going to be questions on, he was talking much more in ideologically abstract terms. But I think if he continues to just go and meet people and try to understand their issues and then articulate them in a manner where the party can bridge that mass connect gap, I think that's where Rahul Gandhi's contribution has to be. If he tries to play center stage, if he tries to pitch it a Modi versus Rahul battle, I think the time for 2020, I don't think they have enough time to be able to mount that kind of challenge in the run-up to 2024. And so the Congress party and Rahul Gandhi has to quickly take a decision what his role is going to be.
Okay. I think that's an interesting observation again. We've had lots of interesting insight. Rajat Sethi, let me give you 30 seconds. Your sense, Amit Shah versus Rahul Gandhi, are you saying it was a one-sided battle?
Well, it was intended it would be Amit Shah versus Rahul Gandhi, but it turned out to be Rahul Gandhi versus Smriti Irani. And some of, the gravitas question that you bring to the table, I don't know why that gesture of a flying kiss came out. It was inadvertent or was it, deliberate? I don't know that. But look at one callous sort of a behavior lacking gravitas has been taken away by BJP, and BJP is running the show. I mean, look at
nobody's seen. I must be fair. No one has seen this flying kiss. More importantly, many of these women MPs, to be fair, should have been screaming and shouting when they saw those images in Manipur instead of focusing on a flying kiss. But that's another matter.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If you have that demeanor of being a serious politician where the pain has a continuity beyond those speech minutes, then this flying kiss would have never come out in the first place. Okay. He was also walking back, which the cameras didn't pick. I was in the gallery, and I can tell you he was also bidding flying kisses goodbye to all of his members of parliament on the Congress side, on the opposition benches. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. Okay, if you have to be serious, you will finish your competition just at the level of a union minister. You wouldn't even be seen as somebody competing with the Prime Minister or with the Home Minister. Okay. You're not even at that stature right now. And I think that's where he has to put in a lot of serious efforts into.
Okay, let's leave it there, Rajat Sethi. We've heard lots of voices, as I said today. I appreciate my guests joining us. Who won this battle? Personally, I thought Amit Shah today was factual, but perhaps could have taken greater accountability for what went wrong in Manipur. Rahul Gandhi needed to get more serious in terms of gravitas. Empathy alone is not enough, particularly when the empathy seems to be laced with so much anger. Just one final thought, and a nagging concern is that of the way Sansad TV functions. This is supposed to be a television channel set up by taxpayers' money. You're supposed to ensure a level playing field when we have a debate like this. You've got to show the opposition when it intervenes and speaks, and you've got to show the government when it speaks. You cannot have the cameras focused on the government when they speak, but when the opposition speaks, the camera seems to drift towards the speaker. We want a level playing field. That's what democracy and the temple of democracy, Parliament, is supposed to be about. The rest, I leave to viewers to judge. Thanks for watching. Stay well, stay safe. Good night, Shubh Ratri, Jai Hind, Namaskar.